Hello, today's unboxing is Mrs. Thatcher's War, the Falklands 1982 by White Dog Games. At 1982 I was 14, so I do remember the Falklands War. I was at school, so I did follow it at the time, and although what's put me off getting it over recent times is the fact it's called Mrs. Thatcher's War. Similarly, I grew up in Yorkshire during the miners' strike, so Margaret Thatcher's never been a particular hero of mine, if I can just leave it at that and then move on to the game. Banned in Argentina, I don't know if that's actually true or just something that's said by White Dog themselves to sell the game. The thing that did strike me actually when it came today is very flimsy, but it's very light. When it turned up, I actually thought it was just some GMT trays that I'd ordered, because it is very light. I don't know. Anyway, not to say the game's not going to be good. So, solitaire only game. Tells you a little bit on the back about the war. April of 1982, the world was shocked as Argentina's unpopular military junta made one colossal roll of the dice and invaded Britain's Falkland Islands in the South Atlantic. As I've already said, I won't go into the good and bad points of that. Just moving down up there, it's really 4 games in one. First year in a race against time. The game's 19 turns cover the vital months of April to June 1982, from the arrival of the British task force off the Falklands to the arrival of the vicious South Atlantic winter that will end your military operations. Second, you must use your fleet, its air arm and your submarine force to establish enough strategic control in the South Atlantic to be able to land ground forces. In the face of Argentina's deadly Exocet missiles, next your Harrier jets will do battle with Argentina's tough air force in the skies over East Falkland itself, trying to dominate enough small air sectors to protect the British Army on the ground. Finally, use your army units to yump forward, sweeping minefields, battling Argentine patrols, and engaging in full-scale battles for control of civilian settlements and the vital ring of hills around Stanley, all while battling politicians and the press back home. So, solitaire suitability 9, we should expect solitaire only. Time taken 1 to 3 hours for the game, medium complexity. So, let's see what's inside the box. And we've got one sheet of counters. Yeah, nuts. All the counters there are. Argentine forces, British forces, you've got the Belgrano, which was famously sunk. And then on to the rule book. And what I'm talking about it being it's a flimsy game. I shouldn't. Maybe I haven't got the poly. White Dog Games was a smaller company than somewhere like GMT, where I get a lot of my things from. But having said that, the game itself is a lot cheaper than a lot of the GMT games, so it has cost me a lot less. You've got 12 pages of rules. 16 pages of rules, sorry there. I think, yeah, 12. So you've got 12 pages of rules, and then you've got the designer's notes, Ben Maddison's notes on the back. The player aid card. The news headlines. And the detailed sequence of play with the air battle results table on the back as well. Some different charts and tables, task force engagement table, ground combat modifications. No cards in the game, actually. No cards or dice in the game, but you do definitely need dice. So fortunately I do have quite a supply, which I think most board gamers will have a supply of dice, so that's not really going to be an issue. You've got a map there of Falklands themselves, the East Falklands, where the ground forces landed and made the way over to the capital Stanley. And then you've got a strategic map as well with a table on it and the different sectors between the Falklands themselves, the exclusion zone and Argentina. And that is it. Definitely the quickest unboxing I've done, which is not to say that it's not going to be a very good game, because there are very good reviews of this game and people do seem to really enjoy it. It tells a good narrative, so I will no doubt be getting stuck into this game over the next few weeks and see what I think about it. Thank you very much.